Ophelia, keep it 100. Just love that. Just
Yeah,
just a nice
keep it
reference.
100 on the land, the sea, the sky.
But that's you and Big Trav.
Yeah.
Because 87-13.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah, right?
Keep it 100.
87 plus 13 equals 100. So
It was meant to be.
numerology again.
The night Taylor Swift brought a bounty of sourdough bread to the Kansas City Chiefs' victory party at 1587 Prime Restaurant. It was something quieter, something almost impossibly sweet, that stole the show and the hearts of everyone in the room. Prime is not just any restaurant. It's the kind of place that glows with anticipation on Chiefs game nights. Its tables always full, its staff bracing for the pulse of post-game celebrations. This particular Sunday, the restaurant was buzzing louder than usual. The Chiefs had just delivered a crushing 31-0 shutout against the Las Vegas Raiders, their first regular season shutout since 2011. The city was glowing red, and inside the restaurant, the hum of conversation was a rolling tide, punctuated by the clink of glasses and the distant echo of Arrowhead's roars. But the real story wasn't brewing on the field. It was rising in the kitchen, wrapped in brown paper, and resting in the arms of a woman who knows how to make an entrance. Taylor Swift entered the restaurant in a black miniskirt and a red top, a sly nod to the Chiefs' colors. Her blonde hair was straight, her signature red lipstick and black-winged eyeliner perfectly in place. She carried a large black purse, but it was the bags of bread in her other hand that drew every eye in the room. She walked in with Travis Kelce, the Chiefs' star tight end, and her fiancé, who looked relaxed in a knitted gray polo and black pants. Behind them, Patrick Mahomes arrived, matching his wife in shades of beige corduroy, looking every bit the quarterback king. For the lucky diners at 1587 Prime, this was already a night to remember. But no one could have predicted what happened next. Before Taylor even reached the first table, the aroma of sourdough was in the air, a warm, tangy scent that made everyone pause. The bread was still faintly warm, and each loaf was wrapped in plain brown paper, as if plucked straight from a homemade kitchen. Taylor and Travis began moving from table to table, personally handing out loaves. Their laughter and easy conversation leaving diners stunned and smiling. One guest, still in disbelief hours later, described the moment. She approached our table with 2 bags and this huge, genuine smile. She said, "We baked some bread this morning. Would you like a loaf?" And then she just handed it over, like it was the most natural thing in the world. It wasn't the fact that Taylor Swift was in the room that made the night unforgettable. It was the unguarded kindness she brought with her. At each table, she lingered for a moment, asking about the game, laughing at a joke from Travis, making sure everyone got a photo if they wanted it. There was no velvet rope shielding her from the crowd, no handlers rushing her along. For a few minutes, she was just another guest, sharing something she loved. She was so gentle about it, another diner recalled. No fanfare, just really warm. She seemed to be enjoying herself as much as we were. Restaurant staff, usually unflappable even in the presence of celebrities, were caught off guard by the simplicity of it all. It wasn't some big paparazzi moment, one server said. Taylor wanted to say thank you for the support and to share something simple and human. It was the most normal, extraordinary thing I've ever seen. While Taylor Swift is no stranger to the spotlight, her appearances at Chiefs games have taken on a mythic quality in Kansas City. She's become a fixture at Arrowhead this season, never missing a home game and always cheering on Travis from the suite, usually alongside her father, Scott Swift. But she's managed to keep a low profile, rarely appearing on the Jumbotron and steering clear of the frenzy that follows her everywhere else. After each game, Taylor, Travis, and their friends have a tradition: cocktails at 1587 Prime, where the alchemy drinks have become her go-to order. The effect has been immediate. The restaurant is booked solid every game night, with fans and foodies alike hoping for a glimpse of the couple or a taste of Taylor's now famous bread. The bread, it turns out, is more than just a party trick. Friends say Taylor has been baking sourdough for months, ever since she and Travis started dating. What began as a private ritual, just a way to unwind after a game, has become a symbol of their relationship. Warm, generous, and a little bit magical. This night, the private ritual became a public gesture. Travis played the perfect host, laughing with teammates, pulling out chairs for photos, holding the door as Taylor made her rounds. At one point, he even helped her navigate the crowded room, their easy partnership on display for everyone to see. For the guests at 1587 Prime, the bread was more than just a snack. It was a reminder that the things we share, even in small moments, can mean everything. The Chiefs' win over the Raiders was decisive, but the real victory was in the dining room that night. For a few hours, football fans and casual diners alike became part of an unrepeatable story, one they'll tell for years to come. Taylor Swift handed me a loaf of bread she baked herself. One man said, still shaking his head in wonder. She could have just stayed in the VIP room, but instead she made the rounds. Like she was borrowing our kitchen for a minute to make the night a little nicer. Photos from the night began to circulate. Taylor in her Chiefs red top, Travis grinning at her side, loaves of bread passing from hand to hand. But the pictures couldn't quite capture the feeling in the room, the warmth of an unexpected gesture, the sense that something special had happened. Not just for the famous faces, but for everyone lucky enough to be there. Taylor and Travis are no strangers to headlines. But lately, the stories have taken a softer turn. After announcing their engagement in August 2025, speculation swirled about when and where they would tie the knot. Insiders whispered about a small private ceremony, just family and a few close friends, at Taylor's waterfront mansion in Rhode Island. Set for summer 2026? For now, though, the couple seems content to savor the simple pleasures, cheering each other on, baking bread, building a life together far from the flashbulbs and red carpets. As the night wound down, guests drifted into the Kansas City night, some headed for the team hotel, others for quiet homes. The stories of Taylor's bread passed from table to table, from restaurant to Instagram, from one delighted diner to another. Taylor Swift's sourdough, like so much of her music and her life, is destined to become lore, a symbol of generosity, creativity, and the joy of sharing something handmade with the people around you. The bread itself would be gone by morning, tucked into late-night snacks and shared with friends, but the memory of that night would linger. As one diner put it, "It wasn't just that she gave us bread, it was the way she did it. Like she wanted to make our Thursday feel special. I'll remember that loaf for a long time." In a world hungry for connection, Taylor Swift's bread was more than a gift. It was a recipe for happiness. It reminded everyone in that room that the smallest gestures, the ones that come from the heart, are the ones that last the longest, and that, in the end, is the real magic. Not the Super Bowl rings or the chart-topping records, but the quiet nights and the warm bread, the laughter and the love that fills a room when a pop star decides to share a piece of herself with the world. So if you ever find yourself at 1587 Prime on game night, pay attention to the scent in the air. You never know when Taylor Swift might be in the kitchen, rolling up her sleeves, baking something unforgettable, just because she can. And if you're lucky enough to get a loaf, savor it. You're holding a piece of Kansas City history and a reminder that the best stories are always the ones that surprise us, one slice at a time.